The badges on our caps. Have you looked at them?
What? No. A bit?
Hans, are we the baddies?
What's up, guys? It's Benny. What is the CIA? Maybe you know what it stands for. The Central Intelligence Agency. These are the cool guys in the movies with sunglasses and the earpieces, right? The CIA is the intelligence service for the federal government of the United States, gathering, processing, and analyzing national security information from around the world, primarily through human intelligence and conducting covert action. Sounds so cool. You would assume that these guys would be 100% focused on, I don't know, terrorist plots and making sure that espionage doesn't happen here and our enemies are foiled abroad, right? Look at this. I mean, they have so much going on. They spend so much American money and taxpayer dollars on this very critical mission to ensure that we're all safe. So let's go ahead and zoom in on the CIA and the kind of videos that they produce to see if they're keeping up with their mission.
As an agency librarian, I work to ensure that our collection and services are matched up with what CIA needs. Not only am I involved in the acquisitions of journals, books, and countless electronic resources, I'm also encouraged to curate special collections that challenge expectation. Recently, I brought in our intelligence gaming collection to give officers unique opportunities to practice skills they need in their various roles. Instead of sitting for hours in front of a computer-based training, they can play a carefully selected game to train a specific set of skills while simultaneously building on the myriad soft skills essential to intelligence work. My favorite thing about CIA is that they encourage the out-of-the-box ideas that drive real progress. Growing up gay in a small southern town, I was lucky to have a wonderful and accepting family. I always struggled with the idea that I might not be able to discuss my personal life at work. Imagine my surprise when I was taking my oath at CIA and I noticed a rainbow on then-Director Brennan's lanyard, which I later learned was designed by Angle, one of the many employee resource groups here at the agency. I remember being stunned. Since then, however, I've learned that far beyond the resource groups, inclusion is a core value here. Officers from the top down work hard to ensure that every single person, whatever their gender, gender identity, race, disability, or sexual orientation, can bring their entire self to work every day.
Not a Babylon Bee video. Could have been a sketch from the Babylon Bee. It's a literal CIA video that they produced, they're proud of. This lispy degenerate who has multiple face piercings, who is the librarian who's creating board games for teaching inclusivity at the CIA. This individual, ladies and gentlemen, with his alphabet lanyard paid for by government tax dollars, is what the CIA wants you to know about them. And the person mentioned inside of the video, a guy named John Brennan, you may recall this individual right up here, used to be the CIA director. Donald Trump began on his first day in office by banning John Brennan from ever entering the CIA ever again. I'm so sorry, John Brennan. You and your bestie, John Brennan. That's a building John Brennan is not allowed inside any longer. President Donald Trump issued an order banning 51 former intel agents from previously who suggested Hunter Biden's laptop was part of a Russian disinformation campaign from entering any federal building. He also stripped all of them of their security clearances. He also ensured that none of them have any taxpayer-funded security ever again. Trump drops the hammer on John Brennan. The heart of darkness, ladies and gentlemen, inside of the CIA. Talk to anybody who knows what's going on inside of the deep state, and they'll tell you that the CIA is a spawning point, a nexus origin center for the dark arts of controlling in a way that supersedes our Constitution and our federal order and the power of the president, the permanent state. What is the deep state? The deep state is the parasites that exist year after year, administration after administration. They burrow deep inside of our government and they are utterly and totally unaccountable, or at least they think they are, to the power of the executive. Now, of course, they're not, and they're all learning that now. Look at how quickly Donald Trump is dispatching all of these people, including those at the CIA, who undermined him time and time again, and, dare I say, created COVID-19. What's the most damaging thing to ever happen to Donald Trump? Not really Russiagate. Donald Trump became more popular after Russiagate, quite frankly, because it was proven to be such a hoax. COVID-19, who funded COVID-19? Well, CIA did, through a Dr. Fauci cutout funded by USAID, EcoHealth Alliance. This was part of a funding that they got for the Patriot Act way back when, to study biolabs and to create biolabs and biological weapons. CIA, up until the second that John Ratcliffe, Donald Trump's CIA director, took over, still said that there was no proof that COVID came from a lab. The moment that John Ratcliffe gets in, CIA said, what? They came from a lab. And the reason they did that is because they funded it. I'm just using that as one example. The Russian laptop, the laptop, Hunter Biden's laptop, Russiagate. These are other examples of things that spawned from inside of the CIA. It was a CIA analyst that led to Trump's first impeachment, a reminder. Eric Ciaramella was a CIA analyst who leaked to Congress the contents of Donald Trump's private phone calls to get Trump impeached. Again, for nothing, on a hoax. It all spawns from the CIA. The heart of darkness, ladies and gentlemen, getting cleaned out. CIA offers buyouts to entire staff in effort to slash spending and ensure agency aligns with MAGA agenda. The CIA has been sent resignation letters, all of them. Central Intelligence Agency offered buyouts for its entire workforce against apparent bid to align with President Trump's ambition, purge government departments. CIA agents who accept the buyouts conditions receive 8 months' pay, along with their benefits and entitlements in exchange for their resignations. 2 million federal employees last week were offered a generous buyout scheme under the new Donald Trump administration to cut waste and reshape the federal offices. The agency does not disclose the budget and the number of people it employs. The CIA spokeswoman told the Wall Street Journal the decision to offer the buyout broadly across the whole department was part of an effort to infuse the agency with a renewed energy. Infuse the agency with a renewed energy. What does that mean? That means get rid of this human cancer. The agency is also freezing job hiring, and any conditional offers already sent out have been paused. Many of those are likely now to be rescinded, insiders warn. The report of buyouts offers is in line with massive makeover of the U.S. government embarked by the Trump administration, downsizing the bureaucracy. Newly appointed CIA Director John Ratcliffe gave staff blunt warning after he was sworn in following Trump's inauguration. He vowed to bring about harder-edge spying and covert efforts and tackle drug cartels and Chinese adversaries. To the brave CIA officers listening around the world, if all of that sounds like what you signed up for, then buckle up and get ready to make a difference, he said. If it doesn't, then it's time to find a new line of work. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Mr. Magic the Gathering? Time to find a new line of work. Why do you have a library? I mean, it's like, honestly, what is the federal government? What is that? Like, this really is like some type of like sick social experiment, right? For a bunch of like theater kids. For like the theater kids in the yearbook club. Look, that's exactly what this is. Goodness gracious. Super better is what is reading. All right. 2 million federal employees were initially offered a buyout scheme of just 2 days to make their decisions. Apparently, tens of thousands already have. The number is approximately 20,000 feds have decided to just straight up resign. In addition to receiving their salary and retaining their benefits, workers who accept will be exempted from all applicable in-person work requirements. Donald Trump has ordered all the feds back to their offices, screaming and kicking and shrieking. Trump offering buyout to all of the CIA spooks. First, you relieve CIA management of their duties. Then you get control of the entire purse through the Treasury payment system. Then you shut down USAID. Then you offer buyouts to all CIA staff. Trump is telling you something. The CIA actually runs our government. CNN, of course, naturally freaking out about this. This is Project 2025. Yeah, you damn right it is. CIA.
News alert, the Wall Street Journal is reporting the CIA has reportedly just offered a buyout to its entire workforce. Everyone in the agencies telling employees late today they can quit their jobs and receive about 8 months of pay and benefits. It's a part of Trump's push to downsize the federal government. More as we get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a time to be alive. CIA offers their entire workforce buyout to quit their jobs. This is a warning. It's a warning to say, you better quit. Here's a full list of everything Elon Musk under Trump has removed. DOJ, USAID, DOE, FBI, IRS, FAA, CIA, CFPB. What could possibly go wrong? Well, you know what? Cry more, Lib. The wishes are materializing from JFK out of the grave. The CIA is coming, ladies and gentlemen, apart. No one happier than RFK Jr., whose uncle and father were assumedly killed by the CIA. RFK telling Tucker Carlson that CIA-backed plots triggered coup attempts in multiple countries, including through his own family. And then telling Jesse Waters that, the CIA still has the capacity to kill people here in America. So everyone has to watch out. Keep your head on a swivel. Donald Trump taking on the heart of darkness.
What the government's capable of with regard to your uncle, possibly with regard to your father. We've seen evidence that suggests the CIA was involved in assassinations here on American soil. In 2023, do you still think the CIA is capable of something like that?
Well, I think the CIA was involved in, certainly in this research. They were funding it through USAID. And NIH, I think, in the end, gave about $26 million in funding to the Wuhan lab. But USAID, which was functioning as a CIA surrogate, gave over $64 million. And the Pentagon also gave a lot of money.
But you didn't answer my question. The question was, is the CIA still capable of political assassinations in the United States?
I couldn't say yes or no to that question. I think that there's, I couldn't say. And, even with my uncle's assassination, you can't really say the CIA killed John F. Kennedy. You can say members of the CIA, people who are working for the CIA, were definitely involved. People like E. Howard Hunt, David Atlee Phillips, David Morales, people who've confessed to it, many of them in deathbed confessions. But they may have been operating on a rogue basis rather than the CIA doing it. These were people who were involved in the Miami station who were angry at President Kennedy for refusing to invade Cuba, and also